Hello all. Alright, so last time I left you, I was trying to get those set of tasks completed under General Boulanger, but I was having difficulty finding a way to access Lille so that I could deliver perfume. Um, Now, I did discover that I have to get the other task completed first before I can access the territory where Lille is at. So I do need to get the 50 loads of evening attire finished, and then the 16 express trains. Right now, you can see I've only got 3. Um, so as you can see, yeah, it doesn't give me access. So I'm going to need to start building. I'm probably going to have to open up some other areas. Now the evening attire is working, so that's gonna happen. I'm not too worried about that. My big concern now is just I'm looking at some of the other cities to try to set up so that northern one had 2 cities. This one has 2 cities. This one has 2 cities. This one has 1 city. This has 3 cities, and it's relatively inexpensive. Um, in this case, I could, try to go out of Le Mans. I could hit Tours, Orléans, Bourget. I could just like create this trifecta, a triangle here, and create a bunch of express trains going in between each of the cities. I'll just put only put what am I thinking of? Only put passenger and mail trains, express trains on there, and let them go with nothing else. That way they can build up their connection. So that would be, if I put 2 on each line, I could get 2, 4, 6. That would give me 6 trains. Now I could also connect those up to Le Mans and possibly get, maybe a tour, a straight tours in Orléans and even Bourget straight up there. Maybe I could get another express train, um, or even over to Nantes. The problem is I don't want to get too um, involved with the cargo or freight trains that are going in between there, because that's going to slow them down. So I really want to make it strictly um, passenger and mail only. So, but I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this area. I've got plenty of money, and then I'm going to build stations. Since I have the money, I'll build nice big stations. Plenty of lines going in between there. Let's see how I'm going to do this. I think I'll do it just like that. And I'll put 2 going north and 2 going south. But actually, before I do that, though, I kind of have to be careful, because once you build a station in the city, you have to connect it to your main line before it'll allow you to continue on. So I'm going to put this one right there. Then I'm just going to make a quick little connection. Doesn't have to be extraordinary, just, it could be something like as easy as that. Alright, so now that we have that, now I can go ahead and put in the other stations. I'll even put it like that, because what I'm gonna end up doing, of course I'm gonna have to go right around that lavender, so I think we'll just kick it right like that. Alright, let's get our Signals in place. All right, so we got that one done. Now we can get over here to Bourgie. Ugh, I didn't mean to put it right there. Yes. I meant to turn it. I hit my button too soon. I'm going to kind of put it right in the middle so that we are going to have to move this over just slightly. There we go. You know what I am going to do though? Here, we're gonna redo this. Since I'm gonna do this trifecta, I'm not gonna use the middle ones. I'm gonna do it like this. There we go. So I'll take, you know, two lines for each one. We'll move it up just a touch. There we go. So we'll do the left two here. Move over. Okay. And then we'll do that like that. This is going to allow me to build, you know, express trains relatively quickly. Because it's pretty much a straight line. I'm not changing the gradient of the track or anything. Alright, and we'll have a nice little, that'll give me an easy 6 express trains. I'll put a supply tower in between each one, because if you don't have a supply tower, then it does slow down the train. So alright, so that looks good. Let's throw in some. Now one thing I'm going to do, let's build my maintenance buildings on each one. Alright, let's throw in some trains. That is not the right one. So this NYC American, it's an express, very fast. Let's get that going. I'm going to go Tours to Orleans. Passenger and mail only. Another one. Orleans to Tours. Oops. Alright, so we got that. I think I might have bid on something. Where did I? I hate when that happens. I got all turned around. Okay. Alright, so now we can do a Tours to Bourges. And then the same for here to here. All right, so that should give us a nice mix of express trains. at least a good 6. Now, I could go ahead and try to run some of those into Le Mans and make an express out of there too, um, which again, it's very well might be something I tried doing, or even like maybe run something over to Dijon, like, you know, I could probably do like a Bourges to Dijon, and that should work pretty well. Let's look at our, okay, so our warehouse here is really good. It's chock full of all the things that we're looking for, including a lot of perfume. So once that perfume task opens up and I can get to Lille, it's going to make that so much easier to access. And as you can see, we're making those evening attire, getting them to Dijon. So that task is coming along very nicely. And once we get the Lille opened up, that task is gonna be finished super fast. It's right now. I just got to get those express trains opened up. So let's take another look at our territories and see if there's a potential for opening up a new territory. That's only got one city in it. That's only got one city in it. I'm trying to find a territory that has many cities. That's the one I can't access. Several cities would make it easier. This has 2 cities, just 1 city, 1 city, 2 cities. Now this does have the 2 cities, and then it also brings me into the triangle here. So that might be worthwhile. 1.9, that would be somewhat easy to do. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy this area as well. So let's build a station here. Not a warehouse. A station. Alright, so we've got this one. Let's, at this point, let's go ahead and we'll hook it up over here. Make sure that looks nice and straight. Here to here, so that looks good. And again, I'll do the same thing. I'll make a, I might as well go ahead and try to connect up to Bourges as well. Now the back 2 are already filled up, so let's go ahead and run it out of the back here. Oh, there we go. Is that where I want it? I always have to double check to see where my track is. Yes, that is right. That one into there. Oh, I ran out of money. That does happen. Okay, but it's there. So 168 is what I need. Alright, I am going to go ahead and build a supply tower here. And I'll go ahead and throw in those express trains now. There to Poitiers. Passenger and mail only. And then the same way going back. Poitiers to Tours. Make it passenger and mail only. Alright. Oh, so we have enough money for our second line. Let's get that in. Get our signals built. And our supply tower built. And let's go ahead and get a train there too. So we are doing pretty well. Make sure that's passenger and mail only. Poitiers to Bourges. Passenger and mail only. Okay, so we got that. Let's do the same thing here to La Rochelle. All right. I wonder if I should do a terminal station or just do the large. I'll do the large. I do like having the being able to come into the station from both sides. I do feel like that does make it somewhat easier. Oh, I don't have enough money. I do think that makes it somewhat easier, so I typically like to do that. Even if I don't think I'll use it, I usually do anyway, because essentially it gives me 4 lines into a station, whereas the terminal only gives me the 4. All right. Now in this case, well, I'm trying to think of which possible way I would go. I possibly could go north to Nantes, so I'm going to use the right to connect to Poitiers. Now probably what I'm going to do actually after I get this connected, I'll probably make another connection up to Nantes that'll connect both to La Rochelle and to Poitiers, and that way we can maybe run a couple of express trains for those 3 as well. But it looks like right now I need some more money, 114. Let's see if I possibly have any bonds. Oh, I do. Let's take out a huge bond. Okay. Alright, so let's get these connected. Throw in a tower here. Okay, now we can put our express train on there from Poitiers to La Rochelle. Passenger mail only. La Rochelle to Poitiers. Okay, so we got that going. All right. So let's get a train out of Nantes, or a track rather. Now I'm going to stop right there, and then I'm going to like run it over like this. Let's see, is that the right way I'm going to do it? Because then I've got this one on the right and that one on the right. Yep. And this is going to go right next to that into there. Nice. Okay. Alright, let's throw in a supply tower. You always need those. Alright, so at this point I can go ahead and create a splinter line off of here. Which I'll probably do right about there. Oh, no. That's weird, it got me turned around. Except it's going to be right like that. Is that right? Yes. All right. Perfect. Okay. Let's get these all going. All right, looks good. I'm going to throw in a supply tower just because it doesn't hurt to throw maybe a couple over there. There we go. Okay. Now I can make an express train between Poitiers and Nantes. And we'll do another one between Nantes and Poitiers. And I did make that passenger only, right? Nope, I did not. As soon as I did it, I was like, did I do that? Apparently I did not, but it's all good. Okay, now let's do another one between La Rochelle and Nantes. This one definitely passenger and mail only. Then another one between Nantes and La Rochelle, passenger and mail only. Okay, so we are good in that regard. Okay, we're up to 13 express trains, so we're doing well. Our tactic has worked. Hopefully we can get those other ones that I just opened up to express level, and we will be doing quite well. Let's go take a look. Our you know, we definitely have the perfume is being made. We've got plenty of perfume. We're doing quite well on that. Our little trick of sending it over.
You scratch my back, and I'll scratch yours.
Yes.
It is good that there are old brothers in arms you can rely on.
All right, so I'm glad. The express trains are always the hardest task for me to get, and it's usually because I have so many trains on the tracks that getting express trains is tough, especially 16. Now I sort of cheated because I just opened up some additional cities and then I ran trains in that regard. Let's see if it happens to give me access to Lille. Oh, did it already? Oh, okay. So actually it looks like it's already given me access to Lille. I can now build. I didn't have to buy it. So that's good. Let's throw in our station in Lille. And we are going to run it from here. Remind me to expand that station once I get done here. Alright, let's toss in a supply tower. Make sure we got a maintenance building. So this one, go ahead and expand that. I do like to have the stations all have 4. It does make it somewhat easier. Alright, so now I can start our train from Warehouse 2 up to Lille. It's a long journey, but it... Ugh. Sorry, guys. Sometimes my fingers get the better of me and I just punch the buttons and do crazy stuff. Okay, Warehouse 2, there we go. So we want to prioritize... Oh, not lavender. Prioritize perfume, and we are going to make sure it's 8 cars. Let's see, is that right? Yep. Lille has nothing to bring back for us, so perfume and lavender looks good to me. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do one other crazy thing. I hate for it to be empty when it's coming back, so I'm gonna run it back to Dijon, and then it'll go back to the warehouse. But in Dijon, I'm gonna make sure that it doesn't have any priority. Okay, so let me make sure. So I want to go Warehouse 2, take a full load to Lille, and then whatever Lille wants to bring back to Dijon, which might be bread because Dijon no longer makes bakery products, so it could bring some bread back to Dijon, or maybe passengers and mail, and then it'll hop back over, because in Dijon I basically said don't take anything at that point, and then it'll hop over to the warehouse too and reload, start its route again. So that looks good. So there we go. And it's being loaded. I'm going to make about 4 clones. 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna load up all that perfume. And the nice thing is I knew it was coming, so I've got it all made, sitting in the warehouse. Once I open it up, I can now truck it all out. So we got another, this is number 3 going. And then number 4. So okay, so that looks good. Now it does not give me the next set of tasks, and maybe it doesn't do it until we deliver the perfume, or maybe once we deliver the evening attire to Dijon. Now it only needs 2 more, so that's actually going to occur relatively quickly. Let's see where we are in that regard. So we've got a full train that is heading into it's just going through warehouse 1, so it's on its way to Dijon. It will be there relatively soonish. I mean, however long it takes to come down the tracks, get over to Dijon. But once it does, it will finish that task. Okay, so while I'm waiting on the delivery to Lille, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna just go ahead and send a 5th train now. It doesn't hurt. I don't think it hurts. That way I don't have to wait for them to come all the way back. Because 5 times, well, actually I will, because it'll still take some time. But while we're waiting, let's look at our research, see what we can expand with our research. Reliability. I don't really need any freight. I feel like these are 2 pretty good freight. 194 tractive power, 44 miles. That's 43, 182. I mean, it's good, but yeah. Let's reduce maintenance. We already got that. Profits by mail, increase passengers, maintenance. I do like to increase the reliability. That typically helps keeping them from breaking down. So, okay, so we're good there. Now we just wait, rack up some money. We still have plenty of perfume. I mean, I could, if I needed to or wanted to, I could ship out the perfume to other cities. I was just looking to see if there was any demand for evening attire. Do other cities actually have that demand? Oh, 119,000 citizens. Okay. So at this point I have a lot of money, so I typically like to build universities. So we're going to go through and build some universities. Universities give you more points, research points, which I like. And I really do have a lot of money. 5 million francs. I'm not really doing anything with it right now, so we'll just crank out a bunch of universities. Let's see, we got those up there. Let's see, Dijon, do you want a university? There is a university in Dijon. Oh, I guess it's not big enough for a university yet. Berger, none of these need a university either. Alright, I was cut off there, but I'll go ahead and stop the video since I'm just waiting to finish that last task. Let's take a quick look at that. The 50 loads of evening attire, that's just about to be accomplished. The 50 loads of perfume. Once I get that finished, I will start the next video, and we will go from there and see what our new tasks are going to be. And again, we're making really good time because, as you can see, the last task here, deliver 50 loads of perfume, needed to be done by 1886. It's 1881, so we're a good 5 years ahead of time, game time. So we are actually doing quite well time-wise in the game. So our next list of tasks should be hopefully be relatively easy to accomplish. So we shall see. But for that, I will go ahead and leave you until the next video. Au revoir.